Center and Day 3 of the Under-20 Women's NTC Invitational Tournament. Today's second match features the national teams of the United States and Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem of Brazil, followed by the national anthem of the United States.
Hello and welcome to beautiful Carson, California, where the host nation, United States, look to redeem themselves from a 1-0 loss to England on Friday night. Today, though, it's another test, and a hard one at that, as they face off against a very good Brazilian side. Now, both Brazil and the U.S. look to end this tournament on a high note, as both have yet to win a game. The United States, the only team to have not scored here at Glenn Mooch Meyernick Field. But today, they do have the offensive weapon in Mallory Pugh, the youngest U.S. soccer player to score, the U.S. scorer at the Olympics, up for Golden Boot and Golden Ball. She will be a difference maker here today for this United States squad, as she was subbed in late on Friday night. She was able to come up with some quality chances, but just couldn't put one in the back of the net. So today will be very helpful for their offensive strike to have her in the lineup. And for the Brazilians, their squad won't give up easily either, as they have proven that they could kill off a match in the dying minutes. And from all of us here at US Soccer, we thank you for joining us on this final match of this match day 3 of the NTC Invitational Tournament. It's Brazil and the United States facing off. I'm Jen Carson. So excited to be bringing you this game, the final one. We've got a big crowd here in Carson to watch the final match of this NTC Invitational. We just saw a tight result between Korea Republic and England. But now it's the heavyweight battle between the Brazilians and the United States. The United States will be starting with Ellie Jean, Kaylee Real, Elliston, Cousins, Canales, Mallory Pugh up top, the captain, Emily Ogle. Scarpa will be up top as well with Hedge, a dynamic duo of an attacking force, as well as Jacobs and Chandler will be in goal for the United States. Brazil, women to look out for: Lais, Brenna, Bianche, Yasmin. They were so productive for this Brazilian side, and in goal for them will be Carla. Brazil winning the 2015 South American U-20 Women's Championship, winning Group A, qualifying for that World Cup, and the United States qualifying as well after winning the U-20 CONCACAF Championship in Honduras last December. So 2 teams getting ready for the big World Cup, and this being the perfect tune-up for that big test. It'll be Gabby and Jessie to kick it off for Brazil as we get ready for the final match of this tournament. And we are underway here at Glenn Mooch Meyernick Field. Brazil versus the host nation, the United States. Both teams looking for their first victory of the tournament to end on a high note here in Carson. Brazil starting off fast already, getting that one trapped into the corner. They'll have a throw-in. Brazil, a very technically gifted group. They like to use their craft. They like to go forward and be an offensive threat. And they'll be facing off against this United States team who is very well disciplined defensively. Michelle French, head coach for the women, have really been proud of their defense and just how well they can lock teams out. But already early on, we have a set piece opportunity for this Brazilian side. It'll be Yasmin to stand over it, as well as Brenna. Ball gets whipped into the back post, but nobody there for Brazil. United States there to try to close it down. It's Real on the other side. Brazil head coach Derivia Bueno, U-20 coach since January of 2014. Led them at the U-20 World Cup in Canada that May. He's looking for a big result here against the host nation, as Scarpa has attempted to get played through. Brazilian head coach saying second, beware of that second ball, and referee will call that a foul in an extremely dangerous area right outside the 18-yard box for Brazil. The United States need to be careful here. They do have a new goalkeeper in, as Murphy was getting minutes before. Now it's going to be Rose Chandler, plays at Penn State, named best goalkeeper, CC. She is going to be needed to come up with a big save here, as the Brazilian side really pride themselves on set piece opportunities like these. As it'll be Gabby to stand over it for the Brazilians. Free kick is taken and tried to be whipped in on the far post, but it just has too much on it aerial-wise, and it'll sail over the crossbar. No threat for Chandler and company. as the United States elect to play out of the back. One thing that they are very accustomed to doing, very patient defensively. They like to wait for that perfect moment, and maybe that has been the fault of them, as they wait too long for that perfect moment, as Scarpa is unable to hang on to that, and now the United States are chasing a bit, and Scarpa wins it back. Scarpa, one of the true offensive weapons for this United States team, especially in the first 2 match days where they were without Mallory Pugh, who was resting. It's been Hedge and Scarpa who have been the true threats for this United States team. But neither have yet to score, as the United States are the only team here who have yet to get a goal on that scoreboard. Today they're hoping for that big result. As Brazil has proven to be a good team defensively as well, but it was Diane in the first match against England that gave up that goal in the 89th minute. She wasn't aware of her surroundings, that there was an England attacker right behind her, and they ended up giving away the win in the dying minutes. They're going to be looking for a result here today. As that ball is lifted in behind the United States defense. Can she keep it in, though? Just barely she does. The United States are there to defend it, though. It's Elliston. Into the box it goes, bobbling around. The United States are able to get on the other side of it, though, and they'll just play patient out of the back, and Brazil will step off. So it was Jessie to chase it down. True threat for this Brazilian side. Lots of speed. Riva Bueno, head coach for the Brazilians, talking to Jessie on the sideline, telling her to continue to get in, continue to attack. As Cousins gets disrupted and the United States still hanging on, but Brazil really putting a lot of pressure on them defensively. It started off with the United States playing Korea Republic on Wednesday night. They didn't have a lot of pressure against them defensively. Korea Republic really stepped back on them, and as these matches have progressed, they played against England on Friday night and were put under a great deal of pressure defensively. Even when they had the ball offensively, they would get crunched into spaces, and so today against Brazil, you're going to see that pressure lifted even more. So how will the United States deal with that, as Scarpa on the far side tries to wiggle out of pressure, and that one just wobbles in to the hands of Carla, who will elect to keep it on the ground. The United States applying the right amount of pressure. It's Mallory Pugh to get in on the action. Pugh having a good amount of experience already with the senior team of the United States, playing in the Olympics, getting to be a part of the bigger stage and bring that experience to the U-20s. She's one of those special goal scorers who is able to be a threat. She'll look to do that today too, as she's teamed up with Scarpa up top. You're going to see those two getting in on a lot of the action. If they could get the ball into their feet, it'll be up to Ogle and Cousins to attempt to handle the midfield properly and really get the ball into those attacking midfielders, into those forwards to get shots on goal. It was only 3 shots on goal when they faced off against England on Friday evening. They had 8 shots, 5 corners, but 4 were called offside in their attempts at goal. So today they will need to minimize those offside calls. They'll have to minimize those unforced errors as they try to get a result against Brazil. As Elliston plays it upfield. Canales chasing it down. Mallory Pugh there to help, and that's going to be a foul against the United States. A team that doesn't foul a whole lot. They really rely on their technical ability and their possession to dictate a match. And when you look at the other side for Brazil, they had 20 fouls against them in their match on Friday night when they faced off against Korea Republic. So a little bit different playing styles for these two teams, but both love to attack, love to score goals. So who will be the first to do it today, as we already see a little bit of tenacity here from Jacobs, sliding on the ground there to keep Brazil out of their offensive third. Jacobs getting up to win that header, but it just falls to the feet of Jesse. The United States being tested, Ogle having to slide to the floor, and now the U.S. having to chase a little bit. And it's Jean on the far side. The United States will win the free kick, and an opportunity now for them to settle into this match. We're only 9 minutes in, but already a little bit shooken up, as they just need to fall into place here, get their groove, shake off the jitters. They've got some new players in the starting lineup here today as Mallory Pugh gets that ball, and that one too heavy of a pass there as she tries to connect with Canales. Brazil trying to find Jesse. Back to the feet of Brenna. Brenna getting tangled up though, and now a chance for the United States. They have numbers forward. 4-on-4 as Brazil looks to get back, and Scarpa too heavy of a touch there trying to find Hedge. And that one will sail across the end line for a Brazilian goal kick. It's England who sits atop of the table of this NTC Invitational with 7 points after the draw to Korea Republic. Korea Republic ending the tournament with 3 points, 3 draws. U.S. and Brazil both looking for their first victory on this final match day. The United States been in training since the beginning of September. Not a whole lot of time to get accustomed to each other as Ogle wins that in the middle and finds Scarpa, but Scarpa unable to turn with the ball, and she's getting some coaching advice here from her sideline. Elliston finding Mallory Pugh, and Pugh is going to get tangled up, and it'll be a free kick for the United States in a good area of the field just outside the 18 on the right side. Pugh will be the one to stand over it, as this will be a quality opportunity for this United States team to whip this ball into the box. It's too far out to get a real shot off, especially with Pugh being an outswinger in the situation. Well, technically she could be an inswinger if she whips this in the right way. The United States will need to crash the box on this and really test Carla, the Brazilian goalkeeper. Pugh, nice driven ball all the way across the face of goal, but the Brazilians are able to clear their lines. Jean now under some pressure, elects to touch it by the Brazilian squad, and Hedge barely keeps that one in, and it falls back to the feet of Brazil as they just try to get it out of the danger zone. Large crowd on hand today in Carson. Beautiful 80-degree day, light breeze, perfect conditions for a match here in Southern California. As Jessie does a good job of bodying up there, she'll come up with it on the other end. Jacobs is there to defend. Jessie gets whiffed on that one, and Cousins comes up with it, and now a chance for Hedge to push forward. She finds Pugh. Pugh's got someone on her back, though. Great ball forward by Pugh. Is this an opportunity for the United States to capitalize? It's Canales. She finds Hedge, but Hedge offside, and just mentioned it a few moments ago that was such a dagger for the United States. They had so many opportunities in their match on Friday evening, but 4 of them were offside. But already just 13 minutes into this match, you're seeing the United States more hungry to go forward, to connect, to really push the envelope and not just go backwards and remain in a possession style of offense. But they really do want to get that first goal of the tournament, and they want to get it today against Brazil, especially on home soil. This ball gets whipped into the box. The United States attempting to clear. Goalkeeper comes out, and that one's on goal for the Brazilians. It's number 10, Gabby, to finish it off, and the United States unable to get back and defend and keep the Brazilians out of the back of the net. It's a goal in just the 13th minute of play, and now the United States will have to fight from behind. Ogle to kick it off for the United States, and now the red, white, and blue really in need of not panicking. Plenty of time left to get an equalizer, but they need to be disciplined more defensively when it comes to those bobbled balls inside the box as this cross gets put in, and Hedge not on the back post to receive it, as it was Elliston to put it across the face of goal, and Jean now will recycle this one and try to dink it back in, but into the hands of Carla.
Goal scored for Brazil in the 13th minute by number 10, Gabi.
Gabi, the goal scorer for the Brazilians. Their second goal of the tournament. We mentioned already that this team, this Brazilian side, so crafty, so eager to go forward and to score goals, that they were going to test this United States defense, and they were able to do that early. And for the U.S., it all depends on how they bounce back from a moment like this. Talking to Coach French before these matches, she said that this is the perfect tune-up for the United States. It's almost like a mini World Cup. And while we don't want any injuries, we're going to play our starters. We're going to try to see what the best matchups are to be better prepared, as Jean gets tested on that side, and it's the United States who have to come up with another save. Chandler on that one having to go to the ground. She pitches it out to Elliston. Scarpa getting disrupted there, and it's going to be a foul against the Brazilians. Elliston looking to just keep the ball, play short. The United States not panicking at all. Still just want to keep possession, as this one is attempted to connect with Mallory Pugh, but too much on it from the defender, Jacobs. Hedge there to try to disrupt. As one of the keys for this United States team is going to be getting the ball into their midfielders, as Elliston is forced to chase this one down and keep it away from the goal scorer, Gabi. Jean now with the ball at her feet, connects with Mallory Pugh. Good turn by Pugh. She's got time and space, but that one gets disrupted by Brazil. Brana connecting on the other side. She sprays it over to Yasmin. Yasmin, beautiful cross inside. Can the U.S. keep it out? And two United States players, two Brazilians falling to the floor on that cross that came whipped in, and it's the goal scorer, Gabi, who's on the ground gripping her head, and we all hope that she's okay. We saw an injury in the Korea Republic-England match where the stretcher had to come out. We hope it's not another one of those situations, as this is an opportunity for the United States and for the Brazilian squad to regroup now and get a game plan together. Trainers out on the field for Brazil, for Gabi, the goal scorer, the difference maker so far in this tournament. You hope that she's okay, and she is going to be able to get up. Here's another look at that opportunity. The ball gets crossed into the box, a wonderful cross at that, just far enough away from the goalkeeper, and all four players falling to the ground in contact. It's hard to tell exactly what had happened, but Gabby will walk off on her own will as both the teams step onto the field again. United States down 1-0 against Brazil in the 19th minute here. Lots of time left for them to recover, but Brazil isn't slowing down at all either. So it is exactly that battle that you expected between these two heavyweights in the final day, final match of this NTC Invitational, as these two teams prepare for bigger things as the World Cup is just right around the corner. This being the perfect tune-up for both of them, as these are the type of opponents that they'll be facing, as Hedge chases that one down and tries to get the cross off, but she will get the corner kick as it falls off the feet of Brenna. French encouraging her team to ask for the ball, to communicate, as Mallory Pugh, the in-swinger, will take the corner on the far side of the field. An opportunity now for the United States to draw level, as that one out of the area doesn't give the United States a chance, and an unforced error there for the United States, uncharacteristic of the striker Mallory Pugh. Brazil looking to get behind this United States defense. Ogle trying to get to the ground as this one gets sprayed out to Yasmin. Yasmin now to Bruna. United States applying some pressure now. It's Diane connecting with Caldron. Outside the boot, nice ball into Jesse. The United States are there to try to defend. It's Jacobs who falls to the floor, but it's going to go out of bounds. And it looks like it will be a set piece here for the Brazilians. A team you don't want to be giving the ball to for these set piece opportunities. It's something that they pride themselves on, this area of their game, to try to get people into the box. They have tall members of the team. Gabby checked back in. She's okay after that head injury. The goal scorer for this Brazilian side will look to try to get two here. As this one's touched lightly, they're going to go 2-on-2 here. Great option here for Yasmin. She tries to cross it, and it'll go off the leg of Elliston and out for a corner kick for Brazil. It'll be Brenna to take it on the far left side of the field. Another set-piece opportunity for this Brazilian side. So the in-swinger will attempt to whip this ball in to possibly the back post. The United States need to be careful in clearing this one out all the way, as they were unable to with the goal that resulted with the Gabby shot. This one sailing all the way across the field, and the United States able to try to clear it. So that'll be a throw-in on the far side, and Real taking a big spill there. Jacobs over to Elliston. Ogle, the captain for this United States U-20 team. As Canales finds Pugh. Pugh barely gets it over to Elliston, and another ball that is just given away to this Brazilian side as that one goes out of bounds, and a chance now for the United States to regroup. It just needs to be a little bit more on point for this United States team. The idea is right, but they need to be able to keep the ball and not give it back to Brazil when they do get it. And that will be the first booking of the day here. It's going to be for Yasmin as she would not move away from the ball to give that proper 10 yards. A quick booking already in this 23rd minute, and an unnecessary one at that, as all she had to do was step away, but she wanted to make sure that the United States didn't play quick and short there, as this one's going to be brought back to Elliston. And the United States offense spread out quite a bit up top. They've got Scarpa up there to try to get the ball into her. Elliston nearly connecting with Scarpa, but Brazil attempts to get it out. It falls to the feet of Mallory Pugh, but Diane is there to save the day.
In the 22nd minute to number 6, Yasmin of Brazil.
Hedge. Jean now trying to connect up top, and she does. It's Scarpa. Can Scarpa find Pugh or Ogle on this cross? And that one deflected off of Brazil for a throw-in on the far side. A couple of coulda, shoulda, woulda moments for this United States team throughout this tournament, still looking to build and grow upon the experience that they have, as this one gets whipped into Pugh, and Diane is there to contest her, and Carla, goalkeeper for the Brazilians, will just fall on top of it and now ask everybody to push up as they take some time off this clock. Gabby, the goal scorer, disrupted by Ogle, as Hedge just plays that one back, but puts Jean in a risky situation there, as Jessie now has a one-on-one with Jean on the far side. Jessie with the cross, and that's going to go into the hands of Chandler, but a risky moment there for the United States, as this Brazilian squad is so good at taking players on one-on-one. You have to be careful with that dangerous part of their game, as the States disrupted again as Canales tries to beat her defender. First touch too heavy yet again for Scarpa, as Mallory Pugh is able to come up with it. Elliston attempting to find Canales, but it's out of reach, and Brazil now just trying to keep possession here out of the back, but it will be a throw-in deep in the United States territory, and they're attacking third. A chance to create something out of this moment, as Elliston will be the one to throw it in. Throw in into Scarpa. Scarpa trying to get the corner kick out of it as it falls to Canales as she whips it in. Cousins is there, and Cousins unable to come up with it as Pugh just whips her defender down to the ground, and the referee is going to call that a foul. As Cousins is somebody who, if you're the United States, you want to get her involved in the match as well. She has had a few shots on goal. She's been able to test goalkeepers in the previous 2 matches, has yet to have a true chance today. But if her and Canales and the likes of Scarpa and Pugh can really team up here, this United States team can not only level, but they can get a couple on the board and get the first win of this tournament. This one goes into Gabby. Jacobs is there, though, as Canales plays it to Ogle, but a hospital ball as Gabby finds it again. And Brazil just looks to recycle. And that's going to be a given foul there for Elliston as she trips up Gabby. Another set piece for this Brazilian side. They elected to play short before and go with a 2-on-2 opportunity down the left side of the field. Be interesting to see what they elect to go with here, as Brenna will be the one to stand over it. And it looks like they are attempting to do that same play. It's Brenna and Yasmin, as Brenna whips that one in. It's lofted to the back post, and Diane just can't get on the other end of it, but that could have been the moment there for Brazil, as that one will go out for a goal kick, but proven time and time again how dangerous this Brazilian side is when it comes to set pieces, even from 30 yards out. Mallory Pugh, she's in behind. What can she do with it? Using her speed, will try to get across her corner as she whips that one all the way across the area, but nobody for the United States is there to get a crack at it. You have to take advantage of opportunities like that, with Mallory Pugh getting all the way up the end line and getting a beautiful cross into about the 18-yard box. Nobody for the United States there. You wonder where Scarpa was, or perhaps Cousins streaking up. Now the United States will look for another chance, as Brazil still up on the United States 1-0, 29th minute here in Carson, California. Canales back to Elliston. Good ball movement by the United States. French and company glad to see the possession by the United States, switching the point of attack, just being patient here. So they look to move the ball, and again, far over the head of Canales. It was Jacobs with the unforced turnover. And moments like those, you just hope that you could hang on to the ball. Nobody's forcing you. It just has too much weight on it, and now Brazil with an opportunity to regain possession here on the back half of this first half here at Glenn Mooch Marnick Field. That one will just go out of bounds on the far side, and it's going to be called a foul against Brazil. There's a little bit of contact, a little bit of a slide tackle there on the far end, and the U.S. already looking to play short. As a substitute is getting ready to come on, it'll be Emily Fox, who was so incredibly productive on Friday evening against England. She was unable to get a goal or result, but here's Scarpa. Scarpa plays it across for Pugh, and Pugh just can't get it on frame. Possibly the moment for the United States. And that will be the end of Mallory Pugh's first half, as Fox will replace her. And what a quality chance it was. Scarpa picking out Pugh, and Pugh just leaning back too far, not able to get that one on frame. It's the first substitution we see in the 31st minute here for the United States. Mallory Pugh taking a seat there. Somebody who, if you're a United States fan, you'll be seeing a lot of her in the years to come. As Brenna looks to regain possession here for Brazil. Cousins attempting to get back. Gabby could be played in behind, but no true danger there for Chandler and company.
First substitution in the 30th minute for the United States. Entering the match, number 16, Emily Fox. Leaving the match, number 9, Mallory Pugh.
Hedge on the far side of the field trying to get around her defender. And she does. Can Hedge pick out somebody for a cross? Scarpa is there at the top of the 18. Scarpa over to the other side to Canales, and she's unable to get a volley on it. Another quality look for this United States team. Fox is there to apply pressure. She just came in as a substitute. Had a quality evening on Friday night. It's Brazil trying to just get it out of danger here. It's Jacobs, the Notre Dame 2015 All-ACC freshman team member. Goes all the way up to Hedge, and Hedge will take a spill, and the referee will call that a foul on Brazil. A chance now for the United States to whip this ball in. It looks as though it'll be Cousins to stand over it. Cousins, who on Friday night had a few set pieces that were really dangerous for this United States team. Can she get this into a dangerous area for the red, white, and blue to get their first goal of this NTC Invitational? Ball gets lofted to the back post. Scarpa gets up for it, but it's Carla to just fall on it easily for this Brazilian side. The United States being urged to press here, and it's Elliston to come up with it. Canales playing in Fox, the substitute who just came on, gets a little bit of a bump there by Diane. We mentioned it would be a physical match. Seen a little bit of that already on the far side as Fox fights against Diane for it, and that one will go against Fox for a free kick deep within Brazil's own territory. Diane to get it upfield. Good attempt there by Yasmin to flick it on, but not enough, as that'll go out of bounds for a U.S. throw-in. Brana looking up with Laias. Laias, haven't seen a whole lot of her this match, as she's been so influential the first 2 match days. She'll find Jessie. Ball gets crossed in, but an easy scoop up there for Chandler. And now possibly a chance for the United States to counter here from the pitched ball. Hedge finding Scarpa. Scarpa. Play on. And the referee will say he's gonna give advantage. It looks as though she might be giving a warning though to the likes of Brena. Little slap on the wrist for now as Cousins stands over this set piece from about 45 yards out. Cousins lofting that one in. Attempted flick of a header there for the United States for Flores, but nobody there inside the box for the United States to get a true shot on goal. Elliston doing a good job of getting wide. Has that veteran experience here for this U-20 team. Commanding leadership role she has shown. Mentioned already, all ACC freshman team as well. Or excuse me, for Penn State. And you see the crowd here in Carson, California. Nice sunny, about 75-degree day here, Glenn Mooch Marnick Field. As the Brazilians are up on the United States 1-0 so far, as this first half begins to come to a close in Carson, as Elliston tries to pick out Fox, and Fox will chase it down. She's got Scarpa right behind her, but it's going to be a foul against the United States, and they just can't get something to go right now. In need of some sort of momentum shift. There's another look at that foul there by Fox. Just trips up Brazil. Ellie Jean to take it upfield for the United States. She'll find Fox on the far side. Fox getting tripped up, and that's going to be a free kick for the United States. An incredibly dangerous position for this United States team, just outside the box, closer in than a corner kick would be. Cousins is going to stand over it, and this is the moment for the United States just before half to get that equalizing goal. Referee trying to make sure there's no funny business within the boxes. These two teams, very competitive, very fiery, trying to get the right positioning on one another. It's Cousins. Just getting ready to take this free kick here as we approach the 39th minute of play. Cousins likely to try to pick out Scarpa or Hedge on that back post, and looks like there's some confusion on the field about Jesse coming off for what seemed to have been maybe an injury. So now Brazil with 10 women on the field, and Cousins to stand over the free kick. She whips it into the back post. Nobody there, though, for the United States, as that one just lofts all the way across the goal. And again, no threat here against this Brazilian team when it comes to these set pieces for the United States. Brazil looking to weave out of pressure, and Cousins will come up with it. Cousins with a great ball across the field to Canales. Canales finding Scarpa. Can Scarpa stay on side? No, she cannot. And again, another offside call against this United States team. Such a momentum blocker for them. They need to try to get on the same page and get that timing right. And it's so tough when you aren't playing together for so much of the year. They've only been training together for the last few weeks. You have to get that chemistry down, that timing right, and that's what these tournaments are for, is to get those partnerships right. So far, Scarpa, Cousins, Canales have yet to figure it out here in this first half, as Fox will be the one to chase that one down. Fox just coming in as the substitute, already influential in this match. Can she get the crosser corner against Brazil? As that will go out of bounds, she will get the corner. That's all you could ask for of your wide midfielder in that role. Another opportunity for the United States to get an equalizer here at the end of this first half. It'll be Cousins to stand over it once again. The in-swinger trying to give her team a chance to get this one in the back of the net. You could guarantee she's going to try to pick out the likes of Scarpa or Hedge. Try to get a header in on this, as it's lofted all the way to the back post, but no danger again as Carla is able to just pick that one out of the air. And she'll play short to Diane. Jean electing to play back to Chandler. French encouraging her team to go, to move forward, to really press against this Brazilian side. They're in need of a goal here against Brazil after an early goal scored by Gabby. Ball that bobbled around in the box, and Chandler was unable to keep it out of her net. And since then, the United States have been fighting from behind as they look for some sort of momentum swing before heading into the half. United States with one draw, one loss in this tournament. Brazil also with one loss, one draw. That one just getting played in behind. Scarpa's going to pick it up. Scarpa's got a chance now. She's going to cross it all the way over to Cousins. Cousins tries to pick out Fox. And again, another offside call. Cousins extremely unselfish in that moment to try to pick out Fox. Fox with the right idea to make that run, but just one step ahead of her defender. And Carla, goalkeeper for the Brazilians, down with some sort of leg injury, and the trainers will have to come out. And now an opportunity for both sides to regroup once again, catch their bearings before this first half closes, and all of us at U.S. Soccer hoping that everything is okay with Carla as she goes down to the ground. Take another look at that attempted opportunity for the United States. It looked as though Fox maybe just ran over her hands. Hard to tell exactly. Right idea for the United States, but no moral victories here today, as the United States have an extremely high standard. They want to win this one. They want to win in front of their home crowd here in the United States. Get their first goal of the tournament, get their first win of the tournament, as they do play the host. Brazil being an incredibly hard opponent, as everybody knew they would be. Very disciplined and attack-minded. Getting that goal early, it's been hard for the United States to come back. They've had their chances, though. As Carla will get up on her own will and be able to resume this match, taking some time off the clock, surely to get a couple of extra minutes of stoppage time after the 45 is done and over. Brazil trying to get in behind. It's Gabby, the goal scorer, to chase it down, but Jacobs there to try to clear it out, and she does. Jacobs has been so on point today for this United States team, just incredibly strong defensively. Really has done a good job of closing down that left side of the field. As Diane will switch the point of attack for Brazil. United States being encouraged to really press this Brazilian team right now as it falls into the feet of Jessie. And who is it again but Jacobs to disrupt? And that's going to be a foul against the Brazilians. And you have to credit Jacobs once again getting her leg in there and stopping this Brazilian side from getting anything going offensively. But at this point, it has to be an offensive second half for this United States team to draw even with Brazil as they get the ball and they look to counter against this United States team. A shot to come perhaps, and that one deflected off of Riel. Scarpa with the ball at her feet. She crosses that one up to Fox. Fox being challenged by Diane. A physical battle once again between these two, and Diane will just look to clear it upfield. Scarpa is there to challenge, as it's a good turn by Brazil to get out of pressure. Gabby, and it's 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added to this first half as Jessie attempting to get around the other side, and it'll be Riel.
The referee has added a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time to the first half.
Riel to take a spin as she tries to keep that one out. It will be a goal kick for the United States here, as referee mentioned 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added to this first half as Brazil lead it 1-0 against the United States. It was an early goal by Gabby to be the difference here so far at Glenn Mooch-Marinick Field. The United States have had their chances, a few of them early by Mallory Pugh, who now is subbed out for the United States. Fox has been in now. A few set-piece opportunities for this United States team, unable to capitalize though, and truly test this goalkeeper, Carla, for Brazil. As this ball attempted to go over the back line, and it will fall back to the feet of Jessie. Jessie to take a shot from far outside, and Chandler with the easy scoop up. Elliston to play it upfield to Fox, but not in the right pathway. Is a bit of a foul there right in front of the referee. An easy call for her as Ogle is pushed forward on the attempted header. And now Elliston with an opportunity to try to play quickly, trying to find Hedge there as Cousins gets it back into the area. It's going to fall to Canales. Canales to take a rip at it. That one wide right of the goal though. You have to like to see the opportunities being taken, though, for Canales to strike a ball like that. Oftentimes we see these United States attacking players so patient and so unselfish that with a shot like that, the more you get, one of them eventually will hit the back of the net. Cousins getting pushed off that ball right in front of the referee again. Another foul against this Brazilian side, who's given up a number of them already in this first half. Ogle will elect to play short out of the back. Real to cross it in. Scarpa, though, not in range, as Carla will just draw that one at her feet and try to tick some time off of the stoppage mark as the referee takes a look at her watch, as this is likely, and it will be, the end of this first half. It's Brazil up on the United States 1-0 after an early goal from Gabby. The United States have been knocking at the door since, but they're going to need to come up with some more production offensively if they want to draw level with this very good Brazilian side. We'll have 15 quick minutes of a half before we dive in to second half play of this final match day here at Glenn Mooch Marinick Field. We'll be right back after 15 minutes. It's Brazil 1, United States 0. goal to show for it as they get ready to kick us off here in this second half of play. Jen Carson here with U.S. Soccer as we welcome you in on this beautiful afternoon here in Carson. The United States and Brazil both looking for their first victory. It's the final game of match day 3. Brazil up 1-0 on the United States, and
first substitution in the 46th minute for Brazil.
Red, white, and blue with plenty of opportunities here to even it up.
11, Jay-Z.
Number 11, Jessie, out for Brazil. Come in for her will be Adamila, as that one is knocked off the feet of the United States. It'll be a Brazilian throw in deep in their own territory. When the United States had come off the field after the first half, it was head coach Michelle French telling her team, we're better than them, we can do better. We need to get organized, we need to get a result here, as Fox attempts to go past her defender, and that one falls off of her own leg though. Fox, who had come into the match for Mallory Pugh, one of the top offensive weapons for this U-20 team. He's had experience with the senior team in the Olympics this summer. Diane. Four quality teams in this tournament. It's Korea Republic and England, who just faced off for a draw, as Brazil now trying to get in behind, and it's broken up by Real. Real trying to connect with Fox. Fox unable to spin out of it, but somehow she gets the ball on the other end, gives it out to Hedge. Fox back to Jean. Good ball movement here by the United States. Something that they really pride themselves on is keeping possession, playing the beautiful game of soccer. Just really trying to connect with one another and wait for that right moment. But can one of them be selfish in that attacking third and get the breakthrough for this United States team? Scarpa nearly taking a spill. It stays with the United States. It's Fox all the way on the other side, and she's going to get tripped up. And here is another set-piece opportunity for this United States team. It's deep within Brazil's territory. It's going to be a yellow. And it's going to be against Diane. It's the second booking of the match, both for Brazil. An opportunity for this United States team to capitalize on what will be more dangerous than a corner kick here. They have yet to be able to really produce anything off of these Cousins free kicks. But she will stand over this one and attempt to find the head of Ogle, Fox, or Hedge. Scarpa matched up on Diane. Jacobs in there as well. Cousins whips it into the middle of the box, and it's just off the mark. It was Real who got her head on it. And possibly the best set piece of the match, of the tournament, for this United States team, but still nothing to show for it here in Carson. But you can tell that the production is getting better and better for this red, white, and blue team, who today are wearing their black kits, Brazil in their traditional yellow. Brazil attacking from left to right. Brazil with a number of weapons offensively. They love to use their craft going forward, their physical ability. There's been a number of fouls so far in this match, as they haven't feared away from any contact. Ogle there to break it up is Jean. Nice and easy, tries to find Hedge, and Hedge is going to be called for the foul, as it was a hospital ball in by Jean, and Hedge had no chance but to chop at the legs of Bianchi. Now, set piece opportunity from about 45 yards out for this Brazilian squad. It'll be Yasmin to stand over it. And their set pieces in the first half, they had 2 players together and just elected to play it short and go with a 2-on-2 situation. Will Yasmin actually play this one into the box? It's Rose Chandler who's in the goal for the United States to defend. As this one is played in, it's going to be short though, and it's going to fall to the feet of Jean. Hedge attempting to find Scarpa. Scarpa will get on the other end of it. 2-on-4 opportunity here, and Scarpa gets tangled up, and it will fall back to the feet of Canales, or excuse me, of Laias. French encouraging Fox to be up higher, to really press this Brazilian side, as with them having the 1-0 victory so far, they're going to look to hang on to that. For the United States, they're going to be in a different situation here in this second half. They can't lay off so much. They need to apply more pressure, get more people in the box. They had a few opportunities early in the first half to really crash the net, and it just wasn't working for them. So can they get something going offensively here in this second half? They have the difference makers to do it. So that one comes off the leg of Canales. Brenna getting some pressure applied to her. Good ball into Bianchi. Bianchi attempted cross in. It will fall to Brazil, and Ogle is there to disrupt it. The United States clear their lines, but not far enough, as Brazil still knocking at the door here. Bianchi taking on Hedge. Ogle once again there to save the day, and she'll get fouled. And the United States able to get out of pressure, but Brazil not settling down at all, even with the 1-0 advantage here in Carson. Real, who came so close with the header on that set piece opportunity from Cousins. Another look at that foul there on Ogle. Definitely got a little bit of her foot there. As mentioned already, this Brazilian side likes to apply a lot of pressure. They like to be physical, use their body. Sometimes that goes against them, as they do already have 2 bookings on the day. Both these sides getting ready for the World Cup. The perfect tune-up for them, as it's been a quality tournament here in Carson, this NTC Invitational, with England, who sit atop of this whole tournament with 7 points. Brazil qualified for the World Cup. Korea Republic, who's put up quite a fight against each of these teams. So no other tournament really quite resembles what the World Cup will look like. Good tune-up for each of these teams to get better, to advance, to experience what it's like to travel. And for the United States, they get the luxury of being here at home. Can they take advantage on this match day 3? As French getting a couple of substitutes ready. And Brazil now with an opportunity to get a cross in, and they will. Cousins is there to get it out, though, but not too far, as Hedge is going to be under some pressure here, and Cousins finally able to clear it upfield, but just to the feet of Bianchi, as the United States having difficulty getting this one out of their area. Another cross into the box it goes, but the United States and Chandler will be there to scoop it up, as 2 substitutions are ready to be in place for the United States. It'll be Jordy Haar and Julie Doyle to check in for the red, white, and blue. Doyle, who's seen minutes for this United States team. Scarpa will be the one that's replaced. And Hedge will come out as well. So interesting couple substitutions here, as Scarpa and Hedge are the two biggest attacking forces for this United States team. So maybe head coach French either saying we want to rest them or we want to try something different so that we could get a goal, and maybe it's going to take the likes of Doyle or Har to get that goal to level things up here against this very good Brazilian side. As Brena comes up with it, plays it upfield to Gabby, the difference maker of this match so far. She'll slide to the ground and keep it in bounds as Jacobs is there to clear it out for a throw-in for Brazil. Fox nearly falling to the floor, and it will be a foul called against Brazil. A call that head coach Doriva Bueno not exactly agreeing with for this Brazilian side, but nonetheless the United States will get a chance to regroup here. Press the reset button. Jean getting her pocket picked. It's Victoria. Can she do something with this crosser corner? Jean there to try to recover. It goes near post, and Chandler there to get her hands on it, but it's going to go out for a corner kick, the first one of this second half here for this Brazilian side. Another look at that play. Jean just trying to get in front, is unable to, and Chandler there at the near post, but just can't hang on to it as it goes out for this corner kick. It'll be an in-swinger. It'll be Yasmin to stand over it, who's their free kick specialist. And two will come over. It'll be Diane. Will make space for Brena. Brena pops it in. Ogle is there to get a head on it, and Chandler able to come and scoop it up as she elects to play short. And the United States look to take advantage of Brazil being out of shape. Elliston up to Doyle. Doyle trying to work her way around the Brazilian defense, and that's going to be a foul against Doyle. As we see Caldron go to the floor, it looks as though she might be a little banged up. As we've seen, unfortunately, a few injuries today. Earlier with Korea Republic, and then a couple of injuries early in this first half, and thankfully nothing too serious, but this will cause the trainers to come out onto the field as we see another look. Caldron definitely in some discomfort here as both sides will come to their benches, get some water, get some sort of little pep talk here from their head coach French as we take a look at Canales, somebody who, when she is involved, she is able to be a big difference maker for this United States team, but they're just not able to really get the ball into her too much so far. They're going to need to utilize some of their other offensive weapons, especially after Scarpa and Hedge have come off the field for the United States. And for Brazil, they need to keep doing what they've been doing, but they need to also be aware of this very good United States team and their ability to turn a game around. Caldron looks to be okay. She is out on the far side of the field and will likely rejoin her team momentarily as we get back underway in the 59th minute. Brazil up 1-0 over the United States after an early goal from Gabby. And that ball lofted all the way deep to the forward. Gabby again. United States trying to disrupt here. It's Fox to do so as Ogle tries to find Canales but is unable to. Cousins, who we haven't seen much of, she goes to the ground, and she obviously not happy with that as another booking for this Brazilian side. It's Brena to receive it. A clear foul right in front of the referee. Another look at that one is Cousins gets a hold of it, and Brana just swipes her legs out from under her, so it will be a set piece here for the United States, and they'll elect to just play short. No reason to really loft this one upfield, as this one is sent in to the top of the box. Brazil is there to clear it, though. Cousins trying to keep it away from her defense, and Fox is there to keep it in bounds. Canales getting a little tangled up, and it will be a free kick, I believe, from the far side for Brazil, as Diane will be the one to take it. Brazil switching the point of attack. It'll go to Bianchi.
Number 5, Brana of Brazil.
Real there to recover. She tries to flick it in. She will to Doyle, but Doyle unable to control the first touch. And the United States trying to swarm this Brazilian defense, but you have to credit the yellow and blue. They are keeping good control of the ball. They're not panicking under the United States pressure at this time, proving why they are so good. Brana disrupted by Cousins, the moment that this team needed. As this ball gets lofted up to Doyle, but too much on it again. The United States have yet to find their forwards in a dangerous moment here in this second half. As Carla just plays short on that one to Diane. Somehow Brazil coming up with it on the other side as they look to take advantage here. It'll swing out wide to Gabby, the goal scorer, as she takes on Alliston, trying to get across or a corner here. Gabby in the far corner just shields that one out, and it will go out for a corner kick. The United States need to defend now and keep this one out, as Chandler has been great at getting those lofted balls, palming them in the air, and keeping the ball out of the net in this second half. But the United States just need to be able to keep this Brazilian side out of their own offensive third. They'll play short. That ball goes into the box. Nobody there, though, for Brazil on the far post. It was Yasmin who tried to flick it on. And Jean is there to recover for the United States as she's heavily pressured. And that one's going to come off the foot of Brazil. Jean just trying to get it out of the danger area. So that one falls off the foot of Bianchi. Head coach Bueno encouraging his team to check back, to support each other. Cousins, that one just bounces over her head. Real is there to scoop it up, but just back to the feet of Brana. Brana now looking to attack. She puts it on her left and swings it out to Yasmin. Yasmin now looking to get a shot off, or maybe even a cross. It's still bubbling around the area. Cousins is there, though, as she clears it up field. Now the United States just trying to get it out of pressure, but back to the feet of Giovanna. Laius. Now Brazil settling it down as it goes to Bianchi. And that one goes out of bounds as Har, the substitute, was there to cover it. Just about 20 minutes of the second half gone already as the United States try to claw their way from behind from a 1-goal deficit to Brazil. Diane finds Gabby. Gabby puts it on her right. She's against Ogle. She tries to chip Chandler, and that one goes over the crossbar. Good bit of craft there, though, from Brazil. You have to like the opportunity that she took. Ogle. Back to Elliston. Another look at that opportunity. Gabby just tries to flick it in over Chandler. You have to like the bit of cheekiness, but to Chandler's credit, she had that one read all the way. As Jean attempts to find Canales, but Diane is there. And that was the first mistake that Diane had made, as Canales almost able to challenge Carla. Laias with a bit of skill. Yasmin getting forward, and that ball just too much on it as Chandler is there to scoop it up. Brazil looking to hold on to this victory, get their first win of the NTC Invitational. So they sit with 1 loss, 1 draw, same as the United States here coming into this match today. It's a big crowd on hand here at Glenn Mooch-Marinick Field in Carson. Likely a number of them fans of the United States, trying to see them win their first game as Ogle gives that one up. And now it's an opportunity for Brazil to capitalize, but Gabby will go down on the ground, and that's going to force the trainers to come out again, as we hope that she's okay. A lot of physical play here between both these teams. 3 bookings already for this Brazilian side. Both teams hungry for this victory. They want to leave with a bit of pride in this tournament, as these games do matter for them. Not just a tune-up, not just practice, but they really do count. It's a good chance for French to see the people that will be the best for her going forward in this World Cup. As we take another look at that injury from Gabby, it looked as though maybe a rolled ankle, which could put her out for the rest of this match. And that would be a huge deficit, a huge loss for this Brazilian side, as she was the goal scorer. She's been a part of all of their attack. And for the United States, they're going to need to step up offensively, as Mallory Pugh has left the field. Scarpa as well as Hedge. We'll take another look at that foul. Ogle trying to take a shot, and she just gets deflected by Gabby. Gabby, it seems as though she turned her ankle, and a substitution on its way for the United States. A couple of substitutions at that. It'll be Taylor Otto, who has seen a lot of minutes for this United States team, and Cousins will take a seat. 7. Flores will step on as well, and Canales will take a seat. Likely the end of their day and the end of their tournament here in Carson, as it might be one of those situations where French has seen a lot of women get injured as of recently, and she wants to reserve the players that she has to make sure that they don't get injured. As that was one of the things she had mentioned speaking to her prior to the tournament, is that although we do want to see the best of our team play, we want to get them that experience, we also don't want any unnecessary injuries, which we've seen a number of today, unfortunately. But fortunately for this Brazilian side, Gabby seems to be okay. She will step back onto the field shortly for this Brazilian squad. As this one gets played over the United States back line, but Jacobs is there to recover and just nicely play it back to Chandler.
Fourth and fifth substitution in the 68th minute for the United States. Entering the match, number 7, Sabrina Flores. Leaving the match, number 8, Marley Canales.
Good turn there by Jean. Jean trying to keep with the ball, and it looked as though it went off the leg of Bianchi.
Number 5, Katie Cousins.
But the referee is going to call it the other way as we approach the 70th minute here in Carson. Just about 20 minutes left of regulation before we hit those stoppage time minutes. Again, both teams looking for their first victory of this tournament. The United States still have yet to score a goal. Bianchi slowing things down here for this Brazilian side, just trying to take some time off this clock. Bianchi to try to play it over the top, and Real is there to clear it out. But a dangerous area of the field for Brazil to have a throw-in, as they have been so crafty in the corners, trying to get those crosses and corners off. The United States, though, to their credit, have done an excellent job of keeping them out, with the exception of the goal. It's another throw-in. Bianchi will be the one to take it as it goes into Gabby, and that one will fall out of bounds for a Brazilian goal kick, or excuse me, corner kick. And United States still on the defense here, as Chandler has come up with a few really great saves. She's been able to defend this Brazilian side in the air. It'll be Yasmin once again to take this corner, the in-swinger, and being warned by the referee to pick up the pace here a little bit as she tries to dwindle some more time off this clock, as this one gets put to the back post, and what a save by Chandler as she is forced to come off her line. The United States getting that one out of the area once again as that falls into the crowd. Brazil continuing to knock on the door, trying to get that second one against the United States. We take another look at this corner kick from Yasmin. A beautiful ball lofted into the back post, but Chandler coming up big with that right-handed save. Penn State standout in goal, doing a good job here today as well for the United States. As that one will go out for another corner kick for Brazil, and Chandler might need to come up big here again for the United States. This time it'll be Brenna to stand over it, the in-swinger for Brazil. As Yasmin, you can see her hand up in the box, waiting for that opportunity as this one swung again to the back post, and Chandler is there to get it, but just bobbles off her hands, and she is able to scoop it up. Elliston playing it upfield. And that one just picked off by Yasmin, and the United States losing a little bit of steam here as the second half is starting to come to a close. Plenty of time left, though, here at Glenn Mooch-Meyernick Field in this NTC Invitational. The United States with plenty of opportunities thus far. They're still trying to get into into Brazil's half of the field to try to create another opportunity to get that equalizing goal. As they swing it around the back, another look at that corner. Swung in, wonderful placement, forces Chandler to come up off her line. She's able to scoop it at the end of the day. And now a chance for the United States to get upfield. It's Doyle. Can she get across her corner? Nobody there to truly defend her. A little bit of a step over. Diving for Brazil. She gets the cross off, but nobody's there for the United States. As Elliston comes up on the far right side, a little give and go moment here. Elliston to get the cross off. Great defensive moment for this Brazilian side, but it will go out of bounds for a corner kick for the United States. A moment that was so needed momentum-wise for the red, white, and blue. You have to love the ball movement there, the give and go opportunity. Doyle getting around her defender, getting that cross off. And the United States just needing numbers in the box to finish one of these opportunities off, as the captain, Ogle, will be the one to stand over this one, the outswinger. A low driven ball on the ground, not driven enough though, as it gets sprayed back out to her. And that one will go out of bounds for a United States throw-in. One-two attempt again on the far side of the field, and Brazil doing their due diligence of clearing it upfield, but only to the feet of Elliston. Elliston with the cross in, trying to pick out Doyle. It just slips by the foot of Doyle, though. The United States again unable to make anything of the cross. Another look at that attempted goal as Doyle streaking up the left side. Her defender reaches in, tries to slide tackle and misses. Doyle able to get the cross off, but nobody there for the United States to get a true chance, a true look at goal. The area of the field that they've been lacking experience in, especially after the few substitutions have been made. About 15 minutes now left of regulation in this final match of match day 3. A little bit of a nutmeg there by Brazil. Brenna falls to the ground and Real is there. And it will be a free kick now here for the United States as they elect to play short. United States attempting to find Ogle up top. Can't get around Diane though. Diane with the step over, just clears that one into the crowd. Ogle is there to support. Cross in for the United States. And it looks as though it's going to be a foul against Brazil in a tremendous area of the field for the United States to capitalize here. It's just outside the 18-yard box in the corner. And this is one of those moments where you just need a light touch of a cross into the middle of the box. And the Achilles heel for this United States team has been getting numbers on the other side of these crosses. They need to connect with somebody's head here. They need to be able to hit one on frame in order to give their strikers a chance, as Carla has truly yet to be tested here. This could be the moment for the United States. 77th minute as they're down 1-0. It'll be Flores to step over it. She drives it across the center of the box, in the United States again unable to get the result, but it will go out for a corner kick. Another opportunity here for the United States to get one in. Another look at that one is the United States get another chance. Ogle is there to try to get ahead on it. It bobbles around the box. Still not all the way clear, though. Maybe a high kick there for Brazil. It will be a high kick from Brazil. The referee sees it. The United States are ecstatic. The crowd is cheering, and there can't be a better area of the field for the United States to stand over this free kick right now. Just outside the 18-yard box, straight center of the goal. The referee is going to mandate that 10 yards is given for the Brazilian wall. And all the United States really need to do right now is to get this one on frame. It'll be Ogle and Flores to stand over it as we get another look at that high kick. You see her put her foot way up. It was Victoria who will be called for it. And this could be the equalizing moment for the United States. The captain, Ogle, and Flores stand over this one. Ogle into the wall. Almost another high kick as that volley is well off the mark. And the United States again come out with nothing to show of the opportunity. Flores encouraging her team, and possibly another foul. It's Dayan, who seemed to be injured, but she is okay. A number of set-piece opportunities for this United States team. They haven't been able to capitalize, though. They haven't been able to get the numbers in the right place. But they have had the moments. They have had the chances. As Brazil elects to play forward and play forward quickly, but it was actually the United States ball, and the referee is going to demand that it's placed in front of her, as Otto will be the one to take it. And she'll just likely, she either play short or try to loft this one in, and she will loft this one in. It'll go all the way to the far side to Fox, but Fox is unable to, she will keep it in bounds, The speed of Fox unmatched, as Elliston Flores, keep that one in. It falls to Diane, and she just clears that one upfield. The United States not letting down as we reach the final 10 minutes of regulation. The United States trying to whip around the corner. Could this be the moment? And just coming up short is Har, the substitute, unable to get the volley. It was a tremendous opportunity for the United States. I believe it was Fox on the far side getting that corner in the sweet spot. But Carla still with a clean slate for this Brazilian side. Jean there to break it up. They've got the numbers. It's Har who tries to hook up with Doyle, and she does. Doyle now. She was successful before on this side. Har with the cross in. Nobody's there, though, as Diane heads that one out. Real nearly gets that one picked off. Otto was there to clean it up, though. Here's the moment. It's Ogle. It's the captain. Can she save it? Goalkeeper's out of the box. She's going to pull it back. It'll go back to the top of the 18. It's Fox with a nice little shake and bake there. Play resumes on. It's Otto. Bubbled into pressure, and it gets swung all the way back out to Jacobs. Jacobs, can she pop this one back in? It goes all the way to the other side to Doyle. Doyle is on, and she tries to slip it in to Flores. And the U.S. bench on their feet and clapping, as this is the momentum that this United States team needed. The substitutes proving that they deserve to be on the field, that they can be a difference. It's Har and Doyle who have been a part of the attack for this United States team in the latter part of this second half, as Flores will take the corner kick. It gets lofted in across the face of the goal. And again, nobody there for the United States. Many members of the bench with their hands on their head, wondering how did that get through, as Doyle was there. And Brazil will look to burn a bit of the clock as they make a substitute. It'll be Brena, the core of their center midfield, to take a seat, as number 15, Nicole, will step onto the pitch for the Brazilians. And she will take her sweet time coming off the field.
Substitution in the 83rd minute for Brazil. Entering the match, number 15, Nicole. Leaving the match, number 5, Brenna.
Well, it's been a battle through and through this match so far. It was Gabby with the goal early on against the United States. They've been clawing from behind ever since. They've had their moments, they've had their opportunities, but they don't have anything to show for it as of yet. Match still not over yet, as we've seen before. Brazil had a goal scored against them in the 89th minute on match day 1 against England. It's possible it could happen again here today. And if it were to be any team, it would be the United States, with their crowd behind them on home soil, as that one's called offside, and the United States with a chance to reset. Real looking to go forward. She connects with Flores, and Flores in a dangerous area of the field almost gives the ball away. Elliston, it does give the ball away, and now Brazil with a chance to attack, the first time that they've attacked in a long time, it seems. They look to just slow things down now as they move the ball around the perimeter. Flicked attempt there. for Victoria. Substitute off of Jean. French encouraging her team to have energy here in these final minutes. It's Gabby. Gets it over to Bianchi. Bianchi off the legs of Jean, and it will go out for a throw-in. And the referee pointing to where the ball is. Brazil happy to burn as much of this clock as they can as they try to hold on to this 1-0 lead against the host nation. Gabby now just pinning it in the corner, trying to burn as much time off as she can. It's not going to work on this moment as the United States look to reset here and go forward quickly. It's the final 5 minutes of regulation here in Carson, California. Can the United States come back as Gabby is able to pick Otto's pocket? Otto still fighting, and that's going to be a foul against Otto, and the first booking of the night for the United States. It was Gabby who went to the floor once again. She's been fighting all night long. The goal scorer, the difference maker for this Brazilian side. And now it'll be Brazil to stand over this free kick as we see another look at the foul. A little bit of a tenacious move there by Otto. And it'll be Yasmin, the free kick specialist, to stand over this one as she lofts it in. Header is attempted to get flicked on. A little bit of a bicycle kick there for Brazil. It's going to be a goal kick for the United States. Jacobs out of the back will switch it.
Yellow card issued in the 85th minute to number 6, Taylor Otto of the United States.
And that one just given away once again by Real. You could tell a little bit of fatigue setting in here for this United States team as they have been knocking at the door this whole second half. As that ball gets lofted behind Bianchi, Jean is there to contest it, but it falls to Ogle. Cross goes into the box. Is anybody there? Carla will scoop it up as it was just out of range for Fox. The United States still fighting as this one goes out of bounds on the far side of the field, and time continues to tick off this clock. Possibly a little bit of an injury there for Victoria. Head coach Doriva Bueno has to be happy with his squad here today. As the United States could get in behind, it looked like almost a foul. She will stay up. It's Fox. Fox came in as a substitute, making a difference here for this United States team. Being encouraged to go to the end line. She's unable to get past her defender as it will go out of bounds for a throw kick on the far side of the field for the United States. Reset button for the red, white, and blue. Still looking for their first goal of this tournament. So Ogle is attempted to get played in behind, but it's broken up. Real attempting to find Doyle. Doyle getting Jean in behind, and that one broken up by Bianchi. Bianchi wearing that captain's armband for this Brazilian squad has been a brick wall for them in keeping the United States out. As this one falls to Doyle. Doyle will try to get the cross in, but it's well off the mark, far past Fox, and it's going to force Elliston to come out as Yasmin is there to hunt it down and goes all the way to the back line of the United States. Har, the substitute, trying to get around her defender and is unable to. It's going to be a foul against the United States, and Har getting a little bit frustrated, a little bit of a jersey pull there, and more time being ticked off this clock as it looks as though Victoria, I believe, is the one that's on the ground. She had a bit of an arm injury, it appeared earlier, and now she is really gripping that shoulder, that elbow. She will continue to play, though, as we don't see a substitute getting ready to come on. See another look at it here. Har gets the ball stripped from her, a little bit of that jersey pull, and clearly that elbow has been bothering Har, but she does stay on, or excuse me, Victoria. And that's going to be a foul against Jessie. It was Har that was fouled this time, and she is not pleased with the call, but that at least is not another yellow card. As 4 minutes of stoppage time will be added to this game. You could see a little bit of pep in the step of the United States as of now. They see that 4 minutes, that's enough time for them to get that equalizing goal that they so desperately need. It'll be Jean over the free kick. Too short, though, for the United States, and now Gabby,
has added
the one.
A minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time to the end of the match.
Real upfield to Doyle. Doyle hunting this one down as she's just going to be shielded out of bounds by Giovanna. Good strategic defending there by Brazil to just shield that one out. Carla and company looking to close this one out for Brazil and get a big win away from home in this NTC Invitational. Possibly a foul there, not called by the referee though, as Gabby looks to go forward and Elliston will break it up. Large crowd on hand here in Carson, hoping for a United States victory, I'm sure, as the host nation attempts to protect their home soil. You can see all the family and friends here to support this young team as they prepare for the World Cup, and this falls to the feet of Brazil and Victoria battling through that elbow injury. Back up top it goes to Flores, but Flores unable to connect with Har. Ogle trying to get it all the way to the other side to Fox, but Fox just not in the vicinity. And Brazil is able to clear it out of danger. Substitution for Brazil as they attempt to take more time off this clock. It'll be Fernanda to sub in for the injured Victoria, who's nursing that elbow injury. 93rd minute here in Carson. Brazil up 1-0 over the United States.
Match number 16, Fernanda.
Several opportunities
17, Victoria.
for the Stars and Stripes to equalize, but they just haven't been able to do it. Can they get that moment in the final minute of stoppage time? It's this final game of match day 3 of the NTC Invitational. Both teams getting ready for that World Cup. Ogle trying to flick that one in, but not far enough. Unable to connect with her forwards. And this one falls to Brazil. Duda over to the other side. It's an opportunity for Brazil. They lift it over. It is the second goal. It's the nail in the coffin. It's Brazil 2-0 over the United States as we approach the 4th and final minute of stoppage time. Chandler was just unable to get to it all the way. She came out of her box. And a bit of skill there for Brazil, able to get that second
scored
goal.
For Brazil in stoppage time by number 16, Fernanda.
It was number 16, Fernanda, who had just come onto the pitch for Brazil, making a difference here for her team. Another look at it there is that one. You have to compliment the bit of finesse there to keep that one on frame, to just loft it over the head of Chandler. And the United States now just looking to go forward, and that'll do it. here in Carson as the United States and Brazil end this NTC Invitational. It's Brazil 2, the United States 0, and for this United States team, they will look to use this tournament as a building block as they get ready for the World Cup. They have all the experience, all the talent in the world. It's tournaments like these where they look to get better, as we see a look at Michelle French and her team certainly not happy with the result, especially that second goal at the end of the match. But they will use this to improve and to get better, as this tournament has been every bit competitive as we thought it would be. It was England at the top of the table, and this one will finish Brazil 2, the United States 0. For Jen Carson, for all of us at U.S. Soccer, we thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.